everybody, welcome back to Gabymathematics YouTube channel. This video is regarding actual SPM paper Kertas Sebenar 2024. This is a part 1 video, will include all the questions in Bahagian A from question 1 to question 10. I want all the students get ready the soalan. If you don't have the soalan, I already prepared in the description box. You may download and print it. Okay, if you're all ready, then let's go. Okay, let's look at question 1. State whether each of the following sentences is a statement or not a statement. Pernyataan atau bukan pernyataan. So, as long as you can tell true or false, then it is a statement. 4 is a multiple of 2. So, what do you think? So, it can be true, it can be false, correct? So, it is a sentence that can tell true, false, then statement. So, yes, this is a statement. Okay, it is a pernyataan. Okay, how about part 2? Y equal 2x plus 5. Is it a statement? There is no answer given. Like we don't know what is y, we don't know what is x, so we can't tell this equation is true or false. So therefore, this is not a statement. Bukan pernyataan. Okay, so let's look at part B. So they give us implikasi, implication. Now, I want to highlight this. Whenever they say implication, definitely got this keyword, which is if, then, jika, maka. Okay, so they give us this implication. Now, we need to write inverse, songsangan. So, what is inverse? Okay, inverse is just change to not. Okay, so they say equal, we change to not equal. Okay, so this one change to not equal. All the position remain. Okay, so we just have to copy. If 2 plus 2 not equals to 2 times 2, then 3 plus 3 is not equals to 3 times 3. Okay, this is called inverse songsangan. Okay, seterusnya you have to determine the truth value, nilai kebenaran, meaning you have to write either true or false. Okay, if 2 plus 2 not equals to 2 times 2, then 3 plus 3 is not equals to 3 times 3. So this is correct, so no issue, so this is true. This is benar. Okay, so let's look at question number 2. Now, question number 2, so it shows the value, and in the answer space, draw graph. Okay, you just have to plot accordingly. Okay, copy here. Okay, follow this table and plot. Now, what graph you are expecting? Okay, so the quadratic function is y equal negative x squared plus 4. So when you see x squared is negative, so you will get a set face. So make sure you get this. Okay, so first point, negative 3, negative 5. Negative 3, negative 5, okay, here. Negative 2.1. Okay, so 2.1 here. Then negative 0.4. Negative 2.1, negative 0.4 will be here. So one box is 0.2. Okay, so plot accurately. Okay, then now let's look at the third point. Negative 1, 3. X is negative 1, y is 3. Okay, 3 here. 0, 4 here. 1, 3 here. 2, 0 here. Okay, so check, do you get a set face? Yes. Okay, so now you just have to draw a smooth curve. Okay, draw it slowly, nicely. Okay, so once done joining everything, make sure it's a smooth curve. Okay, you label the equation beside. Y equal negative x squared plus 4. Done. So how many marks? So this one you will be getting 3 marks. Easy. Okay, let's look at question number 3. So it shows a pyramid with a square base. Okay, square base tapaknya ialah segi 4 sabak. So given S is the midpoint of RT. So S is midpoint, okay, which means these two same length. V is 3.5 meter vertically above point W. Vertically, okay, so meaning this length, V to W, this is 3.5. Okay, so now A, name the angle of elevation of V from S. Now here, angle of elevation sudut tonggak, meaning angle that look up. From where? From S. Okay, from S look at V. Now, before you draw the line S to V, okay, first we have to draw this horizontal line from S. Okay, from S, you have to draw a horizontal line first. Then only from S, draw to V. Okay, the angle of elevation is this angle. Now they ask us to name. Alright guys, I write here. Okay, name this angle, you have to put 3 alphabet. So since the angle is at S, so S you must put in the middle. Then how about the first and the last letter? It can be V and W. Okay, V, S, W. Or if you want, you can put W, S, V also can. Okay, now B. Calculate the angle. Okay, so now we want to calculate this angle. So it is a right angle triangle. Do you see that? Every time, make sure there are 2 information in the triangle. If you have 2 information, then you can find any unknown. Okay, so now I want to find this angle S. Okay, this one V, this one W. Okay, we have 3.5. So we need one more information. 90 degree is not counted as extra information. So we need one more. So what other length can be found? Okay, so it's a square base. Correct? So if it's a square base, meaning what is the length of WS? So this whole thing 4 meter. So this is 2. So this 2. Now we have 2 information. Okay, you have to think. We have to use sine, cos, or tangent. Do you remember saw, ka, tua? Okay, so opposite of the angle is called O, opposite. Opposite of 90 degree is called H. And then the remaining is called A. Okay, so now we have 3.5, which is O. We have 2 meter, which is A, OA. So what do we choose? OA. OA is tangent tua. So for this question, we have to solve using tangent. Okay, tangent, then you have to write angle. So the angle we want to find, it can be theta, it can be x, anything. Or you want to put this VSW as the name also can. Okay, here I put theta. OA, O is 3.5, then A is 2. Okay, so to find theta, so this tangent bring over. The tangent become power -1, 3.5 over 2. Okay, so now take out your calculator, press shift tangent, 3.5 over 2. So the answer is 60.26 degree. Done. Okay, let's look at question 4. So it shows the information of Suzy medical insurance policy. So this is a medical insurance. Okay, the table shows deductible 3,000, core insurance 75.25. Now, who have to pay this deductible? So deductible is always policy holder have to bear. So before make any claim, policy holder have to pay this deductible 3,000 first. Okay, then the core insurance percentage. So 75, the one that higher one is insurance company. Insurance company will bear 75%, while the remaining 25% policy holder. Okay, student. So this 75 and 25%, does it include deductible? So that is no. So this 75% or this 25%, you must minus deductible. So the medical cost after minus deductible, then times 75% or 25. Remember, do not include deductible. Okay, given the cost of Suzy's surgery was 38,000. So what is the surgery cost after deductible? Okay, so part A. So the cost is 38,000. After the deductible, after pay 3,000, so left with 35,000. Okay, so this is the amount after deductible. Okay, what is the cost borne by Suzy? Suzy is policy holder. So in this whole situation, policy holder will bear 2 costs. The first one is deductible, correct? The 3,000, and also the 25%. Okay, first, so this 25% is not including deductible. So that's why we are taking 35,000, this amount, times 25%. Okay, for policy holder Suzy, not just this cost, so she still pay deductible, isn't it? So the 3,000 is part of her cost. 35,000 times 25%, so it is 8,750 plus 3,000. So the total cost for Suzy is 11,750. That's all. Okay, let's look at question 5. So it shows a cuboid with a volume 120,000 cm3. So the length of the cuboid, okay, length panjang of the cuboid is 10 cm more than its width W. Okay, so this is the width. Length is this one, panjang. So the panjang is 10 cm more than width. So which means it is W plus 10. Correct? Okay, so part A, they ask us to show to get this answer. Okay, so how do we form this equation? So they give us the volume. Now we're going to form equation using volume. Okay, write the answer here. So to find volume of cuboid is always length times width times height. Correct? So we just put these three together. Okay, we have 60, we have W, we have W plus 10 equals to the given volume 120,000. Okay, 120,000. So now we simplify and arrange in general form. Okay, 60 times W will become 60W. Okay, 60W, W plus 10 equal 120,000. Okay, next this 60W expand, kembangkan into the bracket. So we get 60W square plus 600W. Now at the same time, you can move this 120,000 over, become negative 120,000 equals 0. So this is a general form, but it's not the simplest form yet. So these three number can still simplify. We can still make it smaller. So the whole equation can be divided by what number? We have 60, 600, 120,000. So everything can still be divided by 60. Make it the smallest. Okay, so here we get W square. So here we get 10W minus, okay, 120,000 divided by 60 is 2,000. Equals 0 divided by 60 is still 0. Okay, is it the one that they want? Yep, it is exactly the same, meaning we are done. Okay, now part B. Okay, part B, they ask us, okay, seterusnya, we need to find the width. Okay, you need to find the width, lebar, meaning we need to find out the W, the unknown. Okay, so we continue from here. Okay, our equation, W square plus 10W minus 2,000 equals 0. Okay, so now open two bracket equals 0. Okay, it's time to key in calculator, W. Okay, so remember how to key in the ABC degree thing. So the A is 1, B is 10, C is negative 2,000. Okay, key in your calculator. Degree, okay, A is 1, B is 10, C is negative 2,000. Okay, so the first answer you get is 40, correct? Then you equal again, another one is negative 50. Okay, so now we have to fill in the bracket, terbalik. If it's a positive number, make sure you put minus. So W minus 40. W minus 40 equal 0. So this is negative, correct? So in the bracket, terbalik, put plus. So which is W plus 50. W plus 50 equals 0. Okay, which one must be rejected? So W is length, is width, correct? It cannot be negative. So here, the negative 50, put rejected. Guys, make sure you put rejected. Okay, W40. Okay, so what do they want at the end? Okay, they want the width, which is W. Okay, just conclude one more time. So the width is, the lebar is 40 cm. Done. Okay, let's look at question 6. Diagram 5 shows an undirected and weighted graph. So it shows the bus fare between 4 places. So based on the diagram, so you're going to list set of vertices. Vertices, bucu, means all these dot. All these point is called vertex. Okay, vertices. So when they ask us to list, make sure we put curly bracket. Okay, so V, so you put curly bracket. So we have Melaka, we have Ipoh, we have Kuala Lumpur, we have Shah Alam. Then close bracket. Okay, next, determine the sum of degree, bilangan darjah. So sum of degree means, okay, degree is, let's say look at this vertex. How many lines join to it? How many connection? 1, 2, 3. So we say that this has 3 degree, 3 darjah. So this one 1, 2, 3, 3 darjah. So you can count individually, or there is a shortcut. How do we find sum of degree always? So we can always take 2E, 2 times E. The E means H. H means tepi. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 edges, 6 tepi. So to calculate sum of degree, you can straight away 2 times 6, 12. It will be faster this way. Okay, now B. Lily wants to travel from Melaka to Ipoh. The bus ticket from Melaka directly to Ipoh has been sold out. Determine the cheapest alternative that Lily can choose and calculate the total fare for this route. Okay, so from Melaka to Ipoh, the direct way, this one, sold out. So which one is the cheapest? Which is the second choice? So you have to try and error from Melaka to Ipoh. Okay, the cheapest should be just here. From Malacca to Kuala Lumpur, from Kuala Lumpur to Ipoh. So this is the cheapest already. Okay, so they ask us to state the route. Okay, from Malacca to Kuala Lumpur. Then to Ipoh. Okay, then the fare, how much? RM14.40 plus this one 25 ringgit 50 cent. So total RM39 ringgit 90 cent. Okay, so done. Let's go next one. Okay, question number 7. So Razi has a monthly net salary. So the net salary 3,800. So it shows the expenses in May. Okay, so look at the expenses. So we have house rent 480, insurance premium 250, grocery 750, utility bill means water bill, electricity bill 350, petrol 420, allowances for parents 400, entertainment 200. So all these are expenses. Okay, so table number 1, state one Razi's fixed expenses. Satu pembelanjaan tetap. Okay, so when we talk about expenses, we have fixed and non-fixed, or fixed and variable expenses. Pembelanjaan tetap dan pembelanjaan tidak tetap. So among all these expenses, which is considered fixed? Okay, when we say fixed means the amount won't change every month. Regardless of you poor or you rich, the amount is fixed. Which one? So there will be two options. You can write either one. House rent. Okay, house rent, this amount won't change. It's definitely 480 for every month. Then one more, which is insurance premium. The insurance amount also fixed 250. So this is considered pembelanjaan tetap. Okay, they ask you to state one. Okay, I write house rent. Okay, house rent. Sewa rumah. Okay, so part B. Let's look at part B. Razi plans to save 80% of his excess cash flow for the car down payment. Calculate the amount he would save in May. Okay, so he planned to save 80% of the excess cash flow. So first we have to calculate how much is the cash flow, and he planned to save 80% of it. Okay, first, how do we find cash flow? How do we find aliran tunai? Okay, for cash flow, it's always total income minus total expenses. Okay, let's calculate the cash flow. Okay, total income, net salary is 3,800, and then minus of everything here. Okay, so cash flow, aliran tunai. Okay, so we take income 3,800 minus, okay, we have this 480, 250, 750, 350, 420, 400, and also last 200. Okay, let's calculate how much is the cash flow. So the cash flow left 950 positive cash flow. Okay, so he planned to save 80% of the cash flow for car down payment. So let's calculate 80% is how much. So at the end, 950 times 80 over 100, 80%. So he planned to save 760. Okay, so just simple as this. Let's go next one. Okay, question number 8. So we have to fill in the table. Okay, this is about the findings. Okay, the findings of survey about duration of time spent in library by a group of students. Okay, complete the midpoint in the table in the answer space. Okay, so to calculate midpoint titik tengah, what do we always do? So we take two numbers here, add together, divide by 2. Okay, check. 11 plus 15 divided by 2, 13. So meaning the next one, 16 plus 20 divided by 2, so it is 18. Okay, so do you see the pattern? So next one should be 23, 28, 33, 38. Okay, so the frequency recorded. Now, part B, let's see. After checking the data, it is found that got 2 students who spent 19 minutes and 35 minutes was not recorded. So we need to complete this table. Use the data to complete the actual frequency in table 3. Okay, so meaning this is the original one. But they found out that got 2 students is not recorded, and the 2 students spent 19 minutes and 35 minutes respectively. 19 minutes fall in this group. 19, correct? So the original frequency 6. So now plus 1, isn't it? Got 1 student not recorded, so this will become 7. And there's one more 35 minutes fall in this category here, this class. So this one 17. Got 1 student not recorded, meaning we need to add 1. So this become 18. How about the rest? The rest no changes. So it's 2, this one 12, this one 15, and this one 6. So actual frequency, kekerapan sebenar means the correct one. Okay, so this is the false one. Okay, then now part 2. Using a scale of 2 cm to 5 minutes on the horizontal axis, guys. Horizontal, paksi mengufuk, it means x-axis. So what should we put for x-axis? Okay, we continue reading first. 2 cm, 2 student on vertical axis. Okay, vertical, paksi menjanjang is y-axis. So what should we put for y-axis? Okay, then it depends on what graph they ask us to draw. So they ask us to draw frequency polygon. Okay, they ask us to draw polygon kekerapan. So polygon kekerapan look like this. Okay, we have y-axis, the vertical, and also the horizontal axis. So y-axis, we put frequency, kekerapan. Okay, kekerapan. For x-axis, what do we put? For frequency polygon, we always stick to midpoint. Okay, we use midpoint. Okay, since we already found midpoint, so we use midpoint. So the graph look like this, frequency polygon. So the first point must on x-axis. Then we plot. The last one must on x-axis also. Then we use ruler, join them up. So this is called frequency polygon. Okay, now since the first one must on x-axis, so meaning the frequency must be 0. Okay, look at the actual frequency. We use only the actual frequency. The first frequency is 2. Okay, but the first frequency we want must be 0. So meaning we have to add one more, we must put 0. So same thing goes to midpoint. Okay, the first midpoint here 13. So we need to add one more midpoint before 13. Okay, look at the gap for every number. So the difference here is 5, isn't it? So the midpoint before 13, 13 minus 5, which is 8. Okay, we need to get ready one more midpoint. Okay, the last one must be 0, because the last point just now I say that it has to be on x-axis also. So the last point must on 0, then midpoint, meaning you have to prepare one more midpoint after 38. So 38 plus 5, so 43. Okay, can? Now, how about the scale here? So some of you might worry. The horizontal axis, so they say 2 cm 5 minutes. Should we start from 5, 10, 15 like that? No. Okay guys, no. Horizontal axis, just now we say we have to put midpoint. Then you just follow whatever the table says. So we say that the first one must be 8. Later, the first point here, you put 8. And then followed by 13 and so on. Okay, so if you follow the midpoint, you already fulfill the condition. So they say 2 cm 5 minutes. So every number here, every midpoint here, difference is actually 5 minutes. Okay, listen to me. For horizontal axis, if they say 2 cm 5 minutes, you can just ignore. So you just have to stick to put midpoint. So follow the table. For vertical axis, 2 cm 2 student. Okay, this one you have to follow. So if they say 2 cm 2 student meaning 0, that is a 2, 4, 6, and so on. Okay, so the maximum, the biggest frequency we have now is 18. Okay, now let's draw the graph. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we need 8 number on the horizontal axis, the x-axis. Okay, let's count. If 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, until 18. So every time draw with pencil, guys. For drawing, we always use pencil. Okay, so this one 0. Okay, here. So we say we start with 8, 13, 18, 23, 28, 33, 38, and 43. Okay, let's check. 43. Yep. So this is midpoint. Titik tengah. Okay, for vertical, which is y-axis, 2, 4, 6. This one 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 until 18. So this is frequency. Kekerapan. Okay, then we just plot accordingly. Okay, the first one is 0. The last one, 0. So must on x-axis. Okay, 13. Okay, I just put here. Okay, the 13 one, frequency 2. Okay, 2 here. Next, 7. 7 here. 12 here. 15 here. 18. Then next 6. Last 0. Okay, then use ruler to join it. It has to be straight line. Okay, so a frequency polygon done. Okay, make sure in exam you must label the x and y axis carefully. Okay, or plot nicely. Okay, one more thing. You look at the scale here. This is considered 2 cm in your actual SPM paper. So actual graph. So it's 2 cm. Now every 2 cm the difference is 5. The difference is 5. But the first one here, 2 cm, the difference is 8. Do you see that? The 0, next one will be 8. So you want to tell people that 0 and 8 is not connected. So you can add this thing. Okay, a break. Okay, something like this. So to tell people 0 and 8 not connected. Okay, that's all. Let's go next question. Okay, question number 9 is a graph of motion, speed time graph. So it shows particle x and y. Okay, guys, take out your highlighter. So here they say OABCD is the motion of particle x. Okay, O, A, B, C, D. So this is x. Okay, the other one, O. Okay, the other one, OPQRS particle y. OPQRS. So this is y. Okay, first one, state the uniform speed laju seragam of particle x. Okay, the blue color one. Uniform speed means when you see horizontal line. So how much is the speed? X. This is the uniform speed, and what is the speed here? It is here. It is 25. Yes, it's just 25. So 25 unit meter per second. Okay, then part B1. Find the rate of change of speed kadar perubahan laju meter per second square of particle y for first 5 seconds. Now first, how do we find rate of change of speed? Rate of change of speed is also considered what? It's the same as what? Okay, kadar perubahan laju. So it is always the same as acceleration per jutan. So to find rate of change of speed, always take speed divided by time. The change of speed divided by time. Okay, so which part do they want? They want first 5 seconds for particle y. Okay, red color. Look at red color. First 5 seconds. So this first 5 seconds, which is this part. Okay, so you see the line going up, the answer will be positive. If the line go down, meaning slow down, your answer must put negative. Okay, but for this part, first 5 seconds, so the line go up, it is positive. So what is the change of speed? From 0, after 5 seconds later, the speed become 50. So the change of speed, 50. So what is the time taken? So just as they say 5 seconds, so the time is 5. So to find rate of change of speed, kadar perubahan laju is just 50 divided by 5. So the answer is 10. The unit is meter per second square. Alright. Now part 2. Calculate the difference. Okay, now you need to find difference. You see the word difference, beza, you know you need to minus. Okay, minus what? The distance between x and y after 6 seconds until they stop. Okay, so 6 seconds, from the 6 second saat ke-6 until they stop. So meaning we only look at this line, from this line onwards. Okay, we look at particle y first. Okay, particle y, what is the distance traveled? Now, when you are doing speed time graph, how do we find distance? How do we find distance? It's not speed times time. We always say distance is area under the graph. Luas di bawah graph, correct? So if you have to find distance, means you need to find area. Okay, so look at particle y first. Particle y is actually a trapezium, right? Okay, I sketch out here. So it's actually a trapezium. So to find area of trapezium, we always take 1 over 2, always 1 over 2, a plus b times height. Okay, let's find the a and b first. So the a and b is the parallel side, the garis selari here, these two. Okay, what is the length of a? QR. Okay, QR here. So from 6 to, this one 9. 6 to 9. 9 minus 6, so which is 3. Okay, how about b? B is this one. From 6 to 12. 12 minus 6, so it is 6. How about h? Okay, the height must be 90 degrees, which is this side, this. So from 0 to 30. Okay, so this is 30. So finding area of this trapezium, no problem. Okay, we look at x now. Okay, x is from 6 seconds until they stop, which is until here. Okay, change color. Here. It's actually a triangle. We need to find area, isn't it? So meaning we need to find the area of triangle. Okay, a triangle. So this is x. So triangle always 1 over 2 times base times height. So the base is, okay, base is from 6 to here, 11. So this is 11. From 6 to 11, 11 minus 6, 5. The height, okay, the height from 0 all the way to 25. Okay, so this is 25. So to find area of triangle, we have everything we need. So at the end, we need to find difference. Difference means we need to minus. Okay, so which area bigger? Always take big minus small. So you can tell that the area of particle y is bigger, isn't it? Okay, look here. So this area is bigger than x, correct? So we take trapezium minus triangle. Okay, so now we put everything together. Okay, put it here. Okay, so now to find difference, beza. So trapezium 1 over 2, a is 3, b is 6, height is 30. Okay, minus triangle 1 over 2 times base times height times 5 times 25. Okay, so here 135 minus 62.5. So the answer 72.5. So the unit is meter. Done. Okay, let's look at next question, which is the last question. Question 10. Aslan wrote a Ferris wheel. So it shows graph of a trigonometric function of the height of his seat on the Ferris wheel. Okay, question 8. Given that y is the height in meter of the seat after x seconds. Okay, this situation can be modeled by the function y equal negative a cos bx plus 10. Now, do you see this function, this equation is negative? Okay, first, cos. How does the original, the usual cos graph looks like? Okay, cos we always say it looks like this. What shape is this? This is an underwear shape. Okay, this is an underwear shape, isn't it? So if underwear shape, this is a positive. But if you terbalikkan this, will become this. So that's why negative. Okay, so the graph given is actually a negative cos. So that's why here they put negative. Okay, so now we need to state the A. What is the A? What is the B? Okay, A is amplitude. So how do we find amplitude? Do not take the highest. Okay, it's not always the highest is amplitude. So you have to take the maximum. Okay, the maximum is 18. And the minimum to the difference of these two divide by 2. So we need to divide by 2 to find the amplitude. Okay, so now if I want to find A, we always take maximum, which is 18, minimum, which is 2, the difference, the gap, and then divide by 2. So we take 18 minus 2, divide by 2. So we get 16 divided by 2. So the A is 8. Okay, amplitude is 8. Okay, how about B? Okay, B is to tell us a complete graph. when we say complete graph means 360 degree. In the whole complete graph, how many underwear, how many cycles do we see? Do not refer to what you see right now. Is it only 2 underwear? 1, 2, that's all? So they might show you incomplete graph. So you don't know the whole 360 degree has how many underwear. So how do we find B? So there is a formula to find B, do you still remember? Which is related to period, tempo. So tempo is 360 divided by B. Now what is period means? Okay, 1 underwear. So when we say this 1 underwear, 1 complete cycle, how much? Okay, from here we know that 1 underwear, terbalik underwear lah, is 60. So the other one is another complete underwear, which is another 60. Okay, so we look at 1 underwear is enough, 1 complete cycle. So 1 complete cycle is 60. So we say that the tempo, the period is 60. Equals to 360 divided by B. So from here we find B. So bring the B over, 60 move here. 360 divided by 60. So B is 6. Okay, which means the whole complete graph should be 6 underwear. Now they only show you the first 2. Understand? Do not base on what you see. We have to use this formula to find B. Okay, now A and B done. Okay, part B. Determine the height of Aslan's seat at 73 seconds. Okay, when the time is 73 seconds. Okay, this one is 8, this one is 6. Okay, let's write the complete quadratic, let's write the complete trigonometric function. So y equal negative, A is 8, cos 6x plus 10, isn't it? Okay, so now when they say the time is 73, so x is time. So negative 8 cos, okay, you have to put bracket 6 times 73. Now remember, the x is only given to this 6x, so you have to put bracket plus 10. Okay, let's calculate the final answer. So y is 8.34. So which means the height of Aslan at this second is 8.34 meter. That's all for all the questions in Bahagian A. So how do you find this 10 question? Do you find it easy or very tough? You can't do it if you were the one who sit for this exam. Okay, drop me some comment. If you have any question regarding this paper, you can always ask me also. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.